Opinions and stories around the game we love, told by your favorite storytellers. Stay up to date with all things cricket. Subscribe to Cricbuzz's YouTube channel and press that bell icon now.
At one point, India was scoring at about 2.5 and over, and survival was paramount. And Vihari and Pujara were just about hanging in there. And then, like a breath of fresh air, came Rishabh Pant. I know Michael Vaughan, who's joining me, has loved watching Rishabh Pant over the years as well. Gee, Michael, there's something happening to Test match cricket. I don't know exactly why and how, but I am enjoying it so much. I'm sure you are too.
Yeah, good evening, Harsha. I've just had the pleasure of watching England play New Zealand for 3 Test matches. The first Test at Lords was a traditional Test match where we saw an incredible innings by Joe Root in the traditional sense, chased down 270 odd. It was a tremendous 100. And then something in the waters happened. I'm not too sure what they started to drink going to Trent Bridge. And suddenly this juggernaut started to play in an expansive game that I've not seen in Test match cricket. Ben Stokes, Baz Ball, that's the kind of new terminology because Ben and Baz play this incredible style of cricket. And what we saw today is Johnny Bairstow produced 2 of the great Test hundreds, one at Trent Bridge and then another at Headingley. And I reckon we saw today Rishabh Pant match those 2 centuries in an explosive style. Yes, it was moving when he first went out there. He played with great control. Just look at Jimmy Anderson's figures, 3 for 52 off 19, world-class bowler on that kind of wicket. So you can have success, but the remainder of the bowling attack just got destroyed at times by brilliance. He is a player. There's so many players that I love watching, but there's something about Rishabh that when he walks to the crease, I just can't switch off. You just don't know what's going to happen. You don't know when he's going to dance down. You don't know when he's going to play just, I guess, traditionally. And when the spinner comes on, well, it's just it just feels like he's had the best cake delivered for him on a plate. And he goes, thank you very much. I'll eat plenty of that. But a brilliant day of Test match cricket.
I mean, he came in when the score was 60 odd for 3, and it might have been the 3rd or 4th ball that he actually came charging down at Jimmy Anderson and didn't seem in the kind of trouble that the other people were. Now, you could say that Jimmy had bowled a first spell already. Maybe the ball is doing less. Now, put all that aside. It's just such a refreshing attitude. And I mean, Anderson had the ball on a string. We've said that about Anderson so many times. 3 for 52. I think 30 years from now, Michael, you might be a tad older. I won't be around, but Jimmy Anderson will still be bowling. I think that's one of the certainties in our game. Broad was all right. I thought Potts was pretty good too. And then began that assault on Leach. I mean, Leach is entering this Test match, Michael, as you know, 10 wickets behind him, and he takes him for 22 in an over.
Yeah, 9 over 71 for Jack on the back of 10 at Headingley. So he arrives in Birmingham full of confidence, and inside a day, Rishabh's pretty much dealt with that confidence. I think in Test cricket, Harsha, we've seen enough of it to kind of look at the game and think a traditional bowler who bowls line and length, Jimmy Anderson, Hazelwood, Bumrah, real quality. I was taught to see a bowler off. If the ball's moving around, I was taught just see him off that spell, get him into the second spell when the ball's not swinging as much. I think from now on in, because of this style of cricket that England have produced, looks like obviously Rishabh Pant has produced today, they're dancing down to meet that length, to knock the Jimmy Andersons off the length, Stuart Broads off the length. They're not going to allow a bowler to just bowl that decent length with a bit of movement. They're going to say, do you know what? If you're going to continuously bowl there, I'm going to come and meet it and try and launch it out the ground to put you back under pressure. I sense that we could see a sway and a difference in terms of the way Test match cricket is played because of this new style that we've seen. It's only been happening for 2 or 3 weeks. Yes, there's been great teams in the past, the Aussies in the 90s, early 2000s. This Indian side has produced some high-scoring days and some real prominence in terms of aggressive batting. But I just wonder whether most teams around the world will go, the way to play Test match cricket actually now, particularly when the ball's not doing as much as it didn't after about 30 overs today, you've got to be aggressive. You've got to take the bowlers down. And it's going to be very, very entertaining watching it, Harsha.
Well, at Gaul, the ball was turning square when Australia were playing Sri Lanka, and they scored at 4.5 runs and over 2. So maybe there's something blowing in the air. Whatever it is, it's fantastic. Now, you've been lucky to have seen a lot of Rishabh Pant's innings. He's got 500 so far. I'll say quite easily this was the best of those 5. Though I'm not sure it's his best innings because the ones at Sydney and Brisbane were pretty dramatic. As hundreds go, that 114, the first one, in 2018. The interesting thing about all these is they're all the last Test match of the series. I don't know if you could read anything into that, especially given that this one is coming so much after the others. But this stands very well with those 290s that he scored in Australia in 2020, 21 as well.